Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about my sixth Ayahuasca session. The last session, the fifth session, was 2 days ago. I did not really have a breakthrough at that session. So I decided again, yesterday, to do it again. And just like last time, I played lovely meditation music to support my journey. Waiting already more than 3 hours for nothing. I decided to turn off the music since I remembered that when I had my breakthrough in my fourth session, I didn't use any music. Sure enough, almost immediately I broke through to the spirit world. Our music hindered Ayahuasca to come through because they have their own music. For us, their music is strange, but I'm getting used to it, even missing it sometimes. For them, our music is kind of primitive and disturbing, so they don't feel comfortable with that music. That's why they cannot come through. Okay, anyway, first they prepared my body, and before I knew it, I turned into a black panther. Okay. Feeling very strong and agile, I roamed around the spiritual world and started to call other entities by actually physically yawning again and again. That was very strange, since I called the others without any sound, just doing the yawning. This sends out some kind of energy. I would say just like an ultrasound. All kind of spirits showed up, and they showed me their daily life. It's full of spirits everywhere. The mood is very joyful and playful. It looked like chaos, but there was total harmony. Feels like being in heaven. So that's where we're going to end up once we leave our body. However, we have to come back to earth to be reborn time and time again, until we have spiritually so advanced that we don't need to return to a physical body anymore. Then we keep on serving God as angels. Spiritual development is a must for everybody. There is no way around it. We are just so distracted with the material world that we forget about our true purpose. Meaning, we will be stuck in the cycle of reincarnation until we finally decide to search for the real purpose of life. Now I have decided not to waste my precious time on this earth anymore. So I asked the spirits, how can I serve God most effective in order to become free? They showed me the life and work of a shaman. During an Ayahuasca ceremony, they blew smoke around their students and sing their songs. From an outside viewpoint, it doesn't look like much, but from inside you can see it's a hell of a job. Sometimes literally. They can see the spirits of their participants and have to deal with it accordingly. we are talking about sometimes they have to deal with possessions. Okay, it's like chasing out the devil. Okay. There are many lost dark souls occupying spaces in and around our body. These are the souls who died in an accident or other sudden death, and they didn't realize that they are dead. So they tried to use our body instead. The shaman helps these lost souls to become free and go towards the light. Well, that's only a part of their job. He has to prepare the ayahuasca, teach and comfort the participants, and so on. A shaman is leading a very humble and clean life. He has one of the most sacred jobs. The reward will be freedom of reincarnation at the end. However, there are temptations he needs to be aware of. If he, for example, realizes that there is the possibility to make great money due to his abilities and takes advantage of it, then he will start to lose his power. Then the dilemma starts. He needs to hide the fact that he has lost his ability so he won't lose his reputation. That's when it starts to become dangerous. Therefore, be aware, check out the shaman very carefully before you surrender yourself to him. Anyway, coming back to myself, the spirits have asked me to become a shaman, but not in a traditional way. I rather should become a modern shaman, neo-shaman, using the modern media, especially the internet. In this way, I can reach anybody and anytime, anywhere in this world without wasting time, money, and polluting the world with more travel on my side and on the side of those who seek help. Therefore, the internet is the perfect tool to spread out the truth about life much faster than ever before, helping thousands and millions of people. And one day, when the spiritual seekers have reached a critical mass, then the whole world will be transformed. Yes, some governments try to suppress us, but that just makes us stronger. And we will change the world very subtle, but with great power, before they even realize what happened. Remember, everybody has the right to know the truth, and nobody can prevent you from digging deep inside of you. At this point, I want to stress that despite my 28 years of meditation experience and teaching meditation, doing emotional release therapy, giving reincarnation session, regression therapy sessions, and so on, I'm still in elementary school in terms of ayahuasca. And the spirits made this clear. It will take many years until I am a full-fledged teacher. So I'm not teaching you anything. However, the spirits asked me to share my experiences with you, to inspire you. So we may go together to the school of ayahuasca. Further, the spirits told me the main focus shall be the drug addicts. Honestly, I was not very inspired by the task to take care of the outcast of the society at first. However, as I look deeper, I realize that these mostly young people are the poorest of the poor in the whole world. And that I mean spiritually. First, they are searching for something beyond the regular world. And unfortunately, they end up taking the wrong drugs and life starts to become a down spiral into the abyss, ruining their life, turning it into a hell, and having a good chance to die on overdose. What a dilemma. A short life totally wasted just because of a small mistake. Taking the wrong drugs. And that's by far not all. The real dilemma starts after they died. Where do you think they end up? In heaven? For sure not. These poor souls are so confused and deeply hooked in that down spiral that all they can end up with is hell. And that's seemingly for eternity. Although there is no eternity in hell. Everybody will reach the light one day. And if it takes thousands of years, but still, that's an awfully long time, don't you think so? So yes, not only their current physical life is totally ruined, but moreover, the eternal soul is ruined for a long, long time. And it will be very hard to get out of this hell. So what is the solution? How can I help them? Very simple. Inspiring the lost addict to go the way of ayahuasca, the right medicine. Of course, a total commitment to the spirit plant is needed in order to turn the death spiral upside down and become transformed into a bright shining being. Fortunately, I never tried bad drugs, but I assume they must suffer enormously. However, there's a time when a great opportunity comes in. In fact, any sickness, especially depression, cancer, and the like, is an opportunity to turn your life upside down by turning into the spiritual path. Most people don't suffer enough to realize that there is much more to life than they can see right now. They have a relative comfortable material life in this world. So why would they care about another world? Well, at the end, those who experience suffering, including myself before, are the lucky ones, since they are pushed to search for another life. Ayahuasca has already transformed many addicts, and there will be many more to come. Just to save one soul would make already an enormous difference. instead of a ruined, dead life, bringing misery to its family, the individual will be full of life and desperate to help others in pain as well. And from the very first encounter with ayahuasca, they will be guided by the spirits throughout their whole life. Do your research and you will find many people whose life has transformed greatly. In this way, the torch of light will be passed on and multiplied within a short time. Hundreds of healed people will be turning into thousands, and in turn multiplied again into millions, and finally billions. And finally, coming to the end of this message, just one little advice. Don't make my mistake. Do not turn on your own music while taking ayahuasca. Bless you all in the spirit of ayahuasca. Thanks everybody.